Bermuda.
You can count on us.
Purdue Fresh Value Pack chicken thighs, only $1.89 per pound. California strawberries, just $4.99 for a 1-pound package. For a healthy drink, Grace Coconut Water, just $1.39 for a 310 milliliter tin. Wyman's Mixed Berries, only $5.59 for a 15-ounce bag. Select varieties of Blue Yogurt, only $1.19 for a 6-ounce tub. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, May 11th, 2017. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. Topping our news, a second fatality in less than 24 hours takes the number of road deaths so far this year to 4. But could road conditions have played a part in this latest incident? Gary Moreno has the story.
The official police report indicates the fatal collision took place at around 10 this morning here on Middle Road in Warwick, near the junction with Burnt House Hill. That's when we're told the rider of a rental cycle headed west collided with a car traveling in the opposite direction. The force of the impact, according to one eyewitness who did not want to be identified, threw the 68-year-old male victim 8 to 10 feet in the air. That eyewitness telling us the man landed some distance away from where the collision took place, having sustained severe injuries to his leg, and was barely conscious by the time first responders arrived on the scene and transported him to ambulance, where, according to police, he was later pronounced dead. The mishap occurring in the area of Middle Road in Warwick, where road repairs have been ongoing for the past 2 years or so. The eyewitness we spoke with suggesting the elderly victim may have been trying to avoid a dug-up section of the roadway when the fatal collision occurred. It was in November of last year we aired a report highlighting concerns expressed about the delays in completion of that work and the dangers posed as a result. It was just last week that it was announced the government deemed the high incidence of road traffic collisions and the average of one road fatality a month a public health crisis. Robin Simmons of the Police Public and Media Relations Department making this plea to all road users.
I would just like to advise motorists to use caution when on the road, to pay attention, and just to drive with everybody else in mind. So it's not only you on the road, it's everybody else that's on the road. So all of us have a responsibility to take that into account when driving.
Meanwhile, police tonight confirming the death of 23-year-old Jakeem Richardson, whom was seriously injured in a collision around 4:15 p.m. Wednesday, May the 10th, involving the motorcycle he was riding, a car, and a tow truck on Blue Hole Hill in Hamilton Parish. Despite life-saving efforts at the scene by EMTs, which continued during the transport by ambulance, he was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The car driver, believed to be a 55-year-old Smiths Parish woman, was arrested in connection with this matter and subsequently released on police bail pending further inquiries. The investigation regarding the third road traffic fatality for this year continues, and any witnesses that have not already come forward are asked to contact the Roads Policing Unit on 247-1788. In other news, a Corporation of Hamilton worker is taken to hospital for treatment. 2 injuries he suffered after his arm became stuck inside the back of a trash truck. The Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service says that around 8 a.m., first responders attended a report of an industrial accident on Front Street in Hamilton where the man's arm was trapped. And after assessing the situation, fire personnel decided to utilize the jaws of life to create space and have the patient released. The man was then transported to King Edward Memorial Hospital by ambulance for further treatment. Meanwhile, David Monkman, General Superintendent for Streets Division with the Corporation of Hamilton, spoke with our Darlene Livingston about the situation.
I heard one of my staff had an issue, so I came down on scene to see what actually had happened.
And what did you observe?
One of my staff had his arm stuck in between the rake and the actual side hopper of the back of the trash truck. Not sure exactly why he had his arm in there. I can only assume that he might have been reaching to try and clear something, but it's not a common practice, and it's turned out to be a bad mistake on his part.
How long has the staff member been with the corporation and the streets side of the business?
I think he's been here about 5+ years in the same position, the sanitation laborer.
So that's a lot of years of experience.
Yes. So it's kind of mind-blowing as to why. But, I mean, I don't know, we make bad choices.
Is it possible that there was some kind of a mechanical situation that developed?
No, I don't think so. If it was mechanical, they would have brought the vehicle to the yard for the mechanics to look at. The guys don't really poke with that side of things.
The corporation reporting that the worker does not have any broken bones, no major arteries were affected, but he does have a substantial tear in his skin that required stitches. An internal investigation is underway, but as far as the general superintendent, David Monkman, who attended the scene, can assess this was not a mechanical error, but an unfortunate choice made on the part of the worker that resulted in his injury. All sanitation workers are fully trained in what to do and what not to do. The city has a health and safety committee that ensures that the city is compliant with all safety standards, and this includes the maintenance of the trash trucks. Premier Michael Dunkley says his government has delivered on its pledge to create 2,000 jobs, and all the public needs to do is view the current economic activity as proof. Mr. Dunkley made the statement today during a wide-ranging interview with Tarai Trott on the economy, the America's Cup, and other matters.
Isn't it correct that while you may have made some progress with respect to those jobs for the groundbreaking, the airport project to come, and the America's Cup, you're still going to fall short of the 2,000 jobs? That was a big issue in the campaign, the election campaign. You're not going to be able to come up with that number in time.
No, I disagree with that. I think, again, there's two sides of every coin and every story. In the time that we've been in the government, we've created more than 2,000 jobs. The challenge that you always face is that we live now in a world that changes so much quicker than it ever has. Just because technology moves our borders closer and closer together, people can go anywhere, do anything. Who would have predicted 5 years ago the mergers and acquisition business of the reinsurance market in Bermuda would be as strong as it has been?
And when we say 2,000 jobs, you mean Bermudian jobs?
Yeah, jobs in our Bermudian economy, Bermudian jobs, yeah. Clearly we've gained that. And if you look back over that time, you'll see that. And if you look into the future with the airport hiring, with St. Regis hiring, there's still more to come. There's opportunity out there for Bermudians, and this government will ensure that that opportunity is grasped.
And for those who will say, well, the government has said it's provided the 2,000 jobs, but they don't see it, how can they take comfort in what you're saying?
Well, first off, let me acknowledge and let people know, I don't like the fact that anyone loses a job. But, losing a job is not just something that happened in 2017, 16, 15, 14, 13. It's happened all through the tests of time.
The Premier also points people to the transformation of Dockyard by Wetco for the America's Cup, an undertaking that employed 500 people, 50% of which went to small businesses. Elsewhere, Mr. Dunkley is upbeat about the summer parliamentary session, which resumes tomorrow.
Also in the House, we will have some amendments to consider for the new Boundaries Commission report that was done by the commission that was impaneled by the governor. And amongst other pieces of legislation, we'll have potentially there'll be some amendments to the Dogs Act. Potentially there'll be some amendments going forward for the America's Cup and concessions. We look forward to the potential for debating the new Tourism Investment Act. That act that we currently have is a number of years old.
And we'll have more of the Premier's conversation with Tarai in subsequent newscasts. We'll stay with us, more news and tonight's AccuWeather forecast after the break.
You can count on us.
For a healthy salad, Wholesome Pantry Organic Salads, only $5.99. Marketplace Family Pack 85% lean ground beef, just $2.99 per pound. Kool-Aid Drink Mix, only $4.99 for a 19-ounce tub. 4-roll Cottonelle Clean Care Toilet Tissue, just $5.29. Bluebonnet Margarine Sticks, only $2.29 for a 1-pound package. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Clearly, this was going to be a challenging road.
There was a lot of work to be done.
Serious disconnect between the board, management, and employees.
My inquiry stands to have a say in the future of the economy.
Change was needed.
The Polaris effect, where labor, management, and corporate have come together to create a unique Bermuda success story.
If you're looking for extra savings and free benefits
with car insurance
and home insurance,
Colonial has just the cover you need.
There's a free $250 gift voucher for new home insurance customers too, and 10% car insurance discount if you have home insurance.
With a claim service that's quick and friendly.
We call it Cover Without Added Costs.
Call for a quote on 296-3700 or visit cgigroup.com.
Colonial, where people come first.
We offer a full in-house design service free of charge. Your price point is very competitive. You don't have to go here and there and everywhere to get what you have to get done. You can just come under one roof and we can bring in anything that you find on the internet. We have what you're looking for in one way or another. We'll find it for you.
Hasco Home can help you create the kitchen of your dreams.
Be watching on Monday, May 15th for the 108th Pre-Appleby Bermuda Half Marathon Derby Special. One thing is certain, new champions will be crowned as the race comes out of the East End for only the second time in 39 years. Last year's winners Lamont Marshall and Ashley Eswanick have opted not to compete. Several key runners are absent this year, but we will be speaking with the new favorites. That's the Pre-Appleby Bermuda Half Marathon Derby Special, Monday, May 15th at 8 p.m. on ZFB TV 7. The days, the hours, and the minutes are counting down until the 35th America's Cup opens on the Great Sound. This Thursday evening, join me, Mike Sharp, and the 600-strong army of local volunteers on the Axel Catlin First Mates program as we take a look at the past, present, and the potential legacy of AC-35 in Bermuda. And then stay with us for the rebroadcast of last year's Foil Fest special when Oracle Team USA and SoftBank Team Japan exclusively opened their bases to the Bermuda public. That's an hour of America's Cup on Bermuda Broadcasting this Thursday at 8 p.m. on ZFB TV 7.
Political newcomer and drug addiction specialist Dr. Ernest Peets Jr. announced today as the Progressive Labor Party's candidate for constituency number 10 Smiths North to run in the upcoming general election. Jasmine Patterson has the details.
Leader of the opposition Progressive Labor Party, David Byrd, unveiling a third candidate to run for the party in the next general election.
One of those individuals is Dr. Ernest Peets Jr., who I am pleased to introduce as the Progressive Labor Party's candidate for the next general election in constituency number 10, Smiths North.
Dr. Peets is a certified family therapist and internationally accredited addiction counselor, and a pastor, having worked in corrections and drug treatment court.
In my professional capacities, I've seen the erosion of some of our core values that bounded our community together. It is time to get back to the basics and to identify the root causes of the antisocial behaviors plaguing our communities and our streets. I believe with my training and background that I'm well-versed and well-trained to be an asset in recovery, not just for individuals, but the entire community.
What prompted Dr. Peets to enter politics?
I knew that I had to do something when my mother was pepper sprayed on December 2nd. It was that moment that it became very clear to me that no longer could I sit on the sidelines and watch. I don't want to sit on the sidelines and watch Bermuda slip back into an era that we once thought we lost.
Dr. Peets aims to use his expertise to tackle drug addiction.
With more and more of our family and friends falling victim to this disease, we must do all we can as it relates to a better job in aiding those who wish to break the hold of addiction over their lives. I look forward to being a part of the PLP government who pledged to reevaluate the services available to those struggling with addiction and or alcohol abuse, and one that is committed to providing much-needed dual diagnosis services in our country.
He replaces the PLP's Patrice Miners in constituency number 10 Smiths North, a seat which was won by now Premier Michael Dunkley in the 2012 election by 67.4% of voters. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Turning to weather news, a rainy, windy Friday in store. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This forecast is brought to you by the BF&M Insurance Group, and it is chilly out there, much cooler than what we're used to for this time of year, and that's because of a low pressure system that's over America. Well, it's blowing a cold front in our direction, and we are going to feel that tonight with rain, and that's going to continue through tomorrow morning. So lots of precipitation heading our way. Taking a look at our current conditions, well, it's chilly, 68 degrees for our high temperature. The humidity is 80 to 85%. Winds out of the southwest from 10 to 15 knots. And the water temperature, well, it's warmer than our air temperature, 75 degrees. Waves inside the reef are calm to a foot, and outside 2 to 4 feet. So we don't expect many problems on the water for this evening. Tonight, it's going to be a wet one. That rain is going to continue, a temperature of 65 degrees, and that's going to be left over. This rain is tomorrow morning, but then it's going to break up and we will get some sunshine throughout the day. So 73 degrees for the high temperature. And taking a look at your tide times, well, the first high tide is tonight at 9:58 p.m. The second one is Friday morning at 10:14 a.m. And if you're traveling, perhaps you're heading home or just going on a vacation, we have a couple other forecasts to tell you about. Toronto, it's a wet day, 57 degrees. New York is nice and dry, 59 degrees. A cloudy day in Boston and Atlanta. They're getting some showers. Tomorrow, some strong thunderstorms. So check your flights if you're flying into Atlanta. Miami is nice and dry and warm, 91 degrees there for the high temperature. And London, well, they are getting some showers. Closer to the islands here, Jamaica, 90 degrees with showers. Barbados, 89. And Trinidad, it's warm, 92 degrees with some showers in the forecast. So taking a look at this 5-day forecast, Saturday is going to be a much better day, 74 degrees with sunshine. And then on Sunday, we are going to have some more showers move into the region. Certainly not the rain that we're seeing today, but some showers, 78 degrees. On Monday, it gets just a bit cooler, 77 with clouds mixing with sun, and on Tuesday, much of the same. Stay tuned for your local weather and news to Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
In association with America's Cup Endeavor and BASE, BF&M launched the No Limit Sailing Program for children with autism.
When Kieran first started with us, didn't speak that much. He has very little social skills, so he doesn't understand the social norms.
So the Endeavour programme is focused on giving 9 to 12-year-olds access to sailing through education. The biggest surprises are just how some of the children take to sailing, take to a different environment in a very different way. And one of the boys just putting his hands in the water and feeling the flow of the water. And then some of the other children who may not be able to be competitive in other sports, or having a go at trimming the sail correctly or steering in the right direction.
I'm happy. You're happy, okay. I think in the beginning, something outside of anything that he's ever experienced. Since he started got into the routine of what's going on. He can describe what's going on, so that communication aspect and descriptive language is big for him. Instead of seeing it in a picture, he's experiencing it.
Introducing Create, your style, your way. We at Big Savings Zone understand that you are unique and your style is personal. We know that your home is a reflection of who you are, and that's why you should create it your way. First, choose your style. Second, choose your color. Third, choose your accent pillows. With these 3 simple steps, you can now design your perfect living room. You are one of a kind, and so is your home. So create your style, your way. Exclusively available at Big Savings Zone, Southside, St. David's.
The following is an informational video on the new radiation therapy unit brought to you by Bermuda Cancer and Health Center.
Bermuda Cancer and Health Center are introducing radiation therapy to Bermuda because we recognize that there's a lack of access to care. We have approximately 200 people every year in Bermuda who would benefit from radiation therapy. Currently, we're seeing around 100 people actually get access to that treatment because it's only available overseas. For those individuals who may not have robust health insurance or have no insurance at all, getting overseas for access to care can be very, very challenging. Bermuda Cancer and Health Center, as the charity that are providing this service, means that our commitment to the community is everyone will be provided with care regardless of their ability to pay.
So radiation therapy is an anti-cancer treatment. It works by a machine producing a beam of photons that kills cancer cells. It's a very targeted beam that goes right into the centre of the cancer and kills all the cancer cells that it can. With the model that we've designed here at Bermuda Cancer and Health Centre, with the collaboration with Dana-Farber and Brigham and Women's Cancer Institute, we think that we can utilise the two most important things. One being near your family and your friends while you're going through a difficult treatment, while at the same time every decision, every part of the treatment is overseen and designed by one of the world's leading cancer centres.
Operating a radiation treatment facility is, when it comes to safety, the number one priority in terms of ensuring that those that use the facility, those that are working at the facility, our neighbors, members of public, that everyone is safe from potential exposure. And so we have worked very closely with the Dana-Farber Brigham and Women's Cancer Center, who are ranked number 4th by the U.S. News and World Report, to oversee the project design, construction, project management, and how the facility will be operated. And certainly the design is for a world-class, international standard operation.
Radiation treatment has a role all the way through the cancer journey. It can be used early on as the main part that cures the cancer. It can be used in combination with other treatments, so in combination with surgery or with chemotherapy. It can also be used for pain control, so if cancer is causing pain, radiation is very good at alleviating the pain. And it can also be used to help with symptoms towards the end of life.
The benefit with the introduction of radiation therapy on the island is really significant to the community, the whole community. Patients being able to receive this level of care at home means that they will not need to spend anywhere from 5 to 9 weeks overseas getting care. And us providing this as a not-for-profit, as a charity, we will realize anywhere from 20% to 50% savings. And what we know as well is when patients can stay at home and receive care, that normalcy, that living that normal life and day-to-day and being able to continue to work is significant in terms of the overall healing and effectiveness of care.
This informational video on the new radiation therapy unit was brought to you by Bermuda Cancer and Health Center.
Turning to sports, sailing dominates the sportscast this evening with the Bermuda team over in Italy and America's Cup. Defending champions Oracle Team USA capsized in the Great Sound. Earl Basin has the details of these stories and much more in tonight's Sports Report.
Bermuda sailors' start to the GC32 River Cup has been met with a snag. At race time, there was a flat calm in the race area, but there was 8 knots of wind at the top of the course. The wind did not fill in, forcing officials to raise the postponement flag, and after delay, the officials decided to call the day. The Bermuda team consists of Mackenzie Cooper, Dimitri Stevens, Peter Dill, Philip Hagen, Mustafa Ingham, and Owen Cease. Racing will now get underway tomorrow. Questions are being asked of the stability of Oracle Team USA's race boat after the America's Cup defenders suffered their second capsize in the space of a month. The latest mishap occurred when a high-speed foiling jibe went wrong during a training session on the Great Sound yesterday. Oracle reported no crew injuries in the incident and only minimum damage was sustained to their 50-foot catamaran. While they escaped without any serious damage to their boat, the capsize, the latest in a series of training mishaps for the team, will be a concern for Oracle with racing set to start in just over 2 weeks' time. Dowray Rollins and his Sussex Akin teammates have gone down by 227 runs on day 3 of their 3-day match against Kent Seconds. Rollins and his teammates were bowled out for 227. They were looking good after an opening partnership of 137, but they were all out after only adding another 90 runs to the total. Rollins, who scored 29 runs off of 66 deliveries, hit 5 fours in his 91-minute stay at the wicket. Bermuda will play their first Rugby Americas North 2017 regional match in Bermuda on May 13th at the National Sports Center. The Bermuda Rugby Football Union have announced the team that will face off against the Mexicans at 6 p.m. on Saturday. The Bermuda team consists of Dustin Archibald, Aldo Campbell, Jan Cedinho, Pete Dunkerley, Ben Green, Thomas Greenslade, Connor McGlynn, Simon Peltler, Dick Reno, Adam Richards, Darren Richardson, Anthony Souza, Mike E. Williams, Corey Boyce, Dan Cole, Richard Combs, Tashawn De Silva, Janico Francis, Tom Healy, Tyler Kendall, Callum Moore, Chris Naylor, and Shaquan Smith. Gillian Teixeira and Tyler Lopes concluded competing in the CSI Van der Swade International Horse Jumping event in the Netherlands. Both competed in the CSI 1 Medium Tour 1.25 meter Table A against the clock with a jump-off class. Teixeira and Junior Van Het Kosterveld recorded a clear round time of 58.06 to finish 18th. Teixeira would also compete with Chakova in the same class, and they would finish 47th with a time of 76.15, but they would register 12 penalty fault points. Lopes riding Escalada finished 52nd. They clocked a time of 78.55, but they would have 28 penalty fault points. The Bermuda Basketball Association's Elite City League got underway inside the Summersfield Academy Gymnasium last evening with a doubleheader that produced 236 points on the night. The opening game of the season saw the Twisters come from behind to defeat Crossfire 64-54. Umar Dill Pettiford scored a game-high 36 points to lead the Twisters to victory, while Kevin Stevens scored 23 points for Crossfire. Game 2 saw the Thundercats hand Skyforce a 71-47 defeat. Macau Glasgow scored a game-high 15 points to lead the Thundercats to victory, while Cameron James scored 12 points for Skyforce. Nathan Trott, the West Ham United goalkeeper, was just beaten out for the Young Hammer of the Year award. Dominguez Quina, the Portugal Under-17 international, won the trophy ahead of Trott. Meanwhile, Trott and his West Ham United teammates will take on Newcastle United in the Premier League 2 Division 2 playoff final at St. James Park on Tuesday, May 16th. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Hey Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace Food Court.
You know what? That sounds good.
They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up with all the good carvings.
And don't forget the special dishes from the island.
It don't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court. This sports profile is brought to you by the Appleby Bermuda Half Marathon.
I'm a bit pitchy-patchy at the moment. I've had a few injuries and illnesses throughout this year. I was doing well at the beginning of the season up until December. And after race weekend, it's been quite a struggle, but I'm here trying to get back to fitness and be ready for May 24th, the ultimate one. My last year was incomplete as I got a groin injury around mile 8, I believe. So I pulled out and just jogged along with the legend himself, the Black Stallion Ed Sherlock. So, you know, as I said, preparations are going quite well. Just a matter of building up the fitness that I've lost over the past few months. And the goal for me is 130. If I can achieve that, then that'd be great. I'll be quite satisfied, Mike.
Tomorrow, the 4th annual Relay for Life gets underway at the National Sports Center's North Field, hosted by the Bermuda Cancer and Health Center. The event, sponsored by Ironshore, involves teams raising funds for participants taking turns walking around the track for a total of 24 hours in an effort to raise funds for radiation therapy. Marketing coordinator Robin Dickinson invites the public to the field, featuring plenty of entertainment.
One of the main things I really want to push to everybody is come. You can donate $10 at the door. Come and enjoy. There's Kiddie Land, so come with your families. There's bouncy castles and fun stuff to do in there. But then there's like a ton of other fundraisers that the teams have put on themselves that people can come and support and walk around it. And the environment is so uplifting. Like when you get in there, you feel this warmth and family and community. It's just an incredible place. Friday night starts 6:30, and everybody is welcome. And we have our parade lap, and it's crazy. We've got thousands of people there, and it's just a lot of fun.
And And that's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Good night.